classic in this one. And the Ducks will put it away to start the game. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Huskies offense will take the first swing of the game. As their fight song goes, the Huskies made the Ducks bow down to Washington in a blowout the last time these two met.
And they started so fast in that game. They left no question as to who was the more dominant side. So I think for this one, David, Oregon has got to start fast.
And you can imagine these Oregon players and coaches, just by talking to them, you can feel it. Like, they know what happened last time they matched up. And they were embarrassed, and they want to own this rivalry. They think they're the better program, and they're looking to make a statement today.
Can't get him to the ground. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen. Big fullback's got it. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Washington sends out the punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. So Oregon's offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible.
He's got it inside the 30. Touchdown, Oregon! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
This offense is so good, man. They can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And the Huskies can really attack on this second and short. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll go to the toss. Fighting off the defender. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to throw the football in the rain, so dominant physical trenches.
That one falls incomplete. They reached into the bag of tricks on first down and couldn't pull it off. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The give to the back. There he goes. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Tosses it back. Makes the stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. The Huskies with a long Handoff to the single back. Oh, what a move. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Now facing a 3rd and long. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Ripping through the defense. Touchdown, Huskies. A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Man, we'll have a shakeup in the MAC standings this week. Check this out. Western Michigan is going to walk off the field there inside Waldo Stadium with a much-needed victory. They had this one circled on the calendars for some time. And regardless the score, that W has to feel good. One game, I know, fellas, but this could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in the MAC.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Tosses it back. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And the Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. It's a flea flicker. That pass falls incomplete, and it wraps up an entertaining first. Both offenses doing damage. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Off the play fake. Complete to the left. He is denied. Cannot get to the 1st down marker, and it's 4th down coming. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. Calls for and makes the fair catch, but there is a penalty flag down, and we'll see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. They'll leave it with him. Jukes his way for more. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, the running back has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. All right, guys, let's chat for just a moment about Washington. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
Quarterback keeps it. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Tosses to the quarterback. Had to throw it before he wanted. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. Handoff to the single running back.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Bringing the heat. Hit as he throws. Got him downfield. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. The big fellas line up in a goal line defense. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Washington.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. And the Ducks headed quickly to the line. Wants to go up top. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And a sack all the way back at the 5. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Off the play fake on first down. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Using the quick game. He's out of bounds at the 16-yard line. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. The Ducks will send out the punt unit. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Off-play action on 1st down. A strike downfield. He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Washington. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Getting set for the point after. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Throws to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored Jesse. This offense hoping to keep picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. To the air on 1st down. Got the quick pass. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds. The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll try to get the edge on the left. Plows through the defense. And that penetration left him nowhere to go. Dodged a couple, but he's knocked down for a loss. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Got room to work. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And the Ducks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quarterback on the keeper. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. And they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Chunked it away just as he was hit. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. So now in 2nd and long. Off play action. Under fire. He'll try to do it himself. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, they wait all year for this game, and the Ducks and Huskies could just give us one fun finish today. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. Still 2 quarters to go in this one between UW and Oregon, a treasured rivalry in both Seattle and Eugene.
Washington about to boot it deep to start things in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
He's looking to throw. Sets up the screen. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. The Ducks will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Makes the catch at the 30. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Quarterback. It falls incomplete. How about the trickeration on first down that just goes awry? Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. Washington sends out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got him backed up. Pulls and fires complete. Turning it on. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Ducks moving quickly to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. It's 1st and 10 from the 31.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
To the ground. He's got it again. On the nasty move, and now he's got room. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Motion from the wideout. Just going to keep it after the snap. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. That's reeled in. It's Brown. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The give to the back. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Setting up the screen. Runs through the tackle. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
To the ground with the back. Fights off a defender. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The Ducks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. Arizona State is having its way offensively, just marching up and down the field at a breathtaking pace. They're up by 24 over Arizona. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Bounced right back to them. The Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll power it inside with the fullback. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Now the play fake.
And this offense, man, here in the second half, they give up another sack, and they're just not as crisp. Like first half, it felt like they were in a good rhythm. Nice job by this defense. After half, coming out with some adjustments that has confused this offense.
The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. We've reached the break. It's Washington holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Wide receiver comes in motion. Oh, he's got some space. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The offense tries a little razzle-dazzle. They try and dial up a flea flicker, but the defense was not fooled. They stayed home in the back end, and they ended up coming up with the pick.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Firing to the right, complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That brings them to within 1.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offensive line.
He'll take it himself. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a 1st down. The play action fake. Rushes on him. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. Washington sends out the punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He takes it at the 45. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They'll stop him at the 31. Let's mark it off at 5 yards, and that will be a first down.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Quick handoff. Hard running there. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They'll go to the ground. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down. He's piled up 65 yards on the ground so far, and he is closing in on that 1,200-yard mark for the season. Spinderella. Touchdown, Oregon. And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs, impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? Looking to throw. Gets it out fast. He gets it into the end zone for the 2 to push that lead out to 7. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Oh, they're after him. Throwing right. He makes a catch. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Pulls it in. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. One target over the middle. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. He wants to throw it again. Fires to the big fella. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Got his man quickly. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. So Oregon gets the victory, and it's blood feud against Washington, and you best believe this one is going to stick with the men in purple for quite a while. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.